If there's one thing that best describes cricket batsman Sachin Tendulkar's philosophy towards the game he loves, it's practice makes perfect.
The thing that we know about Sachin Tendulkar is that he practiced the most. He was a perfectionist who would practice till he became drop perfect. Long hours at the nets and different ways of practicing.
I think that was the difference with Sachin, that beyond a point his work ethic was unbelievable. He loved the game was a celebration to him, and he just played such a lot. He once played 60 days on the trot. 60 days on the trot. I mean, that's something incredible.
I think it's practice, but practicing in the right manner. Not just go out there and spend 4 hours chatting up here and there. If you are there for a while, you just got to focus on your game and nothing else. And don't think about sacrifices. They will have to be made.
The sacrifices he's made and thousands of hours of practice that Sachin has undertaken mean that his incredible ability to react like a high-speed computer to each and every delivery may owe as much to his mind as any purely physical ability.
Good cricket batsmen have got that intuitive ability to adapt online. So they might make a decision, say, to play an off drive, and then halfway through it realise, oh, I'm just not there, or the ball's bounced a bit too much, and they can check it. Physiologically, that's impossible, but somehow these people are able to do it, and we think it's to do with like this really tight coupling between what they see and how they act.
You don't think about what you're going to do, it just happens, but practice enables you to do that. I mean, obviously in any sport what you are trying to do during practice is train your subconscious so that when a certain situation occurs, then you will respond in a given way. That again is the only way that elite performance will take place.
I feel it's hard to think and play. It's the subconscious mind, which has been playing for so many years, takes over. So I think it's important for your subconscious mind to be allowed to do whatever the mind wants to do.
In addition to training Sachin's subconscious mind, the hours of practice he's undergone have also allowed him to develop another highly specialised skill. For Sachin, the decision-making process begins before the ball has even left the bowler's hand.
Once the fast bowler starts running in, I'm basically watching each and every moment, because sometimes they tend to give away signals. And if you pick those signals before the ball is bowled, you're kind of ready to play that ball.
Above and beyond this highly developed ability to analyse and then subconsciously react to each delivery, Sachin's extensive commitment to quality training also prepares him for 2 other key aspects of top-level batting: the need to concentrate and the ability to deal with pressure.
Cricket batsmen need the key skill of concentration. They need to be able to maintain high levels of concentration, because one mistake and the game's over for them. Another thing a cricket batsman needs to have is the thought process that the bowler's under pressure. It's not them that's under pressure, it's the bowler.
He manipulates the bowlers to the point that he can almost force them to bowl balls where he wants them, and I think that's only the very elite batsman that can do that.
Sometimes you don't want to mess around with the bowler and just hang in there and wait for a spell to get over. And sometimes you think, if I wait for him to continue with his spell, then something might happen, and he's going to end up bowling a couple of wicket-taking balls. So before he does that, let me try and change things around and make him shift to plan B.
Sachin Tendulkar is a fine example of how a natural physical advantage can be enhanced by a regime of dedicated mental and physiological conditioning. The end result is often success. But perhaps the real difference that sets Sachin Tendulkar apart is that the very success that he's striven so hard to achieve has brought with it the sort of off-field pressure that no amount of practice can prepare one for. Sachin began his international career at the unusually early age of 16, and by 23 he was already the poster boy of Indian cricket. The more his adoring fans got from him, the more they wanted.
No sportsman on planet Earth has ever had the sense of expectation, the burden of expectation on him as much as Tendulkar has been. When Tendulkar plays well, India sleeps well.
And when you become this hero, this superhero, this mega hero of a nation, you are under tremendous pressure. When 2 billion pairs of eyes look at you, monitor every movement, and after you score 23,000 runs, they're not satisfied.
I think a highly strung player couldn't survive what Sachin has survived. I think he's a very calm character. That's obviously partly his personality. I would say probably his upbringing. You know, I think he's been very well-grounded individual, and you've got to say that the upbringing would have had a part to play in that.
I think it's my brother who didn't allow me success to go to my head. My family, my father, my mother, everyone. Whenever I got 100 or contributed in a major way, everyone was happy and extremely excited. But that's where that evening was never used to be a big evening. Okay, fine, everyone was happy, we used to chat up, and then so what comes next? So that helped me keep my head on the shoulders.
Sachin Tendulkar's passion for cricket and the support of those closest to him helped bolster his inborn talents and acquired skills to make him one of India's greatest sporting champions.
Champions are created when you have the right characteristics physically, you have the right characteristics mentally, and then you mechanically, through coaching, put these together and hard work to produce, if you like, the complete package.
That complete package came together on the 1st of March 2003 for Sachin Tendulkar. It was the Cricket World Cup tie between India and Pakistan. His 17 years of dedication to the sport crystallized at this moment. It was a high-stakes game, and Sachin would prove he was up to the task.
India versus Pakistan at Centurion World Cup 2003 wasn't a cricket match. It was war, it was peace, it was a nation's entire ambition. It was a pressure cooker match to start with. And to compound that, Pakistan had scored 273 in 50 overs in a World Cup match. You say you put the runs on the board, they had done that.
That day, he says, while walking out, it just struck him that Wasim Akram might have too many tricks for Virendra Sehwag, who was opening with him. And on the way out, he said, Viru, I'll take strike. Because he just thought that on that day, on the big day, he had to win the game for India.
Having seen off Wasim Akram, Sachin now faced Shoaib Akhtar, arguably the fastest bowler in the world, a man whose fastball had clocked over 160 kilometers per hour. Any world-class batsman could have stood before Akhtar, but blessed with an ideal physique, Sachin Tendulkar's winning difference was the countless hours of training and physical conditioning, the collective experience and game sense gathered from hundreds of games played, the power of his mind to push himself further, and his grounded, focused attitude. All this came together that fateful day at the 2003 Cricket World Cup.
He knew that if he failed, India would fail. He had to stamp his authority on Akhtar, because if Akhtar got a couple of quick wickets, the match would have been decided. So that moment, that stroke, in history we can call it that moment of conjuncture, when every skill in the world had come to Tendulkar.
No half measures there from Tendulkar.
Shoaib Akhtar fast and furious, allowing the batsman that width, and Sachin Tendulkar has cashed in on it big time. That's gone away in a flash. That is cricket at its best.
Coolly, methodically, Sachin Tendulkar dismantled the Pakistan side to lead his team to victory. A pivotal moment for both India and her favourite cricket son.
I think the legacy he will leave behind is that excellence is not impossible, and that if you marry a phenomenal work ethic to the talent that you're born with, then there's almost anything that you can achieve.